I'm gonna start up my generator, then I'm gonna spark up another fire. I bagged up all the dry wood that I had, so it shouldn't take as long. It's pretty rainy today, but it often is here. Generator is running. I now have power to my camp. Whew. It's soaking wet out here today, just like paradise. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Everything bright and early in the morning.
Young age, Bear's been tracking deer in the woods.
I basically just use all my natural skills when I'm tracking deer. I think like a wolf. As far as I'm concerned, I practically am a wolf.
There is a silence in the deep woods of Alaska that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. It is a quiet so heavy that it forces you to hear your own thoughts, your own heartbeat, and the echoes of a past you might be trying to run from. For years, the world watched a family build a life in this very wilderness. They were the pioneers of a new kind of reality television. A family that captured the hearts of millions by choosing the rugged, unforgiving wilderness over the comfort of modern society. But as the years rolled on, the cameras didn't just capture survival, they captured the slow, painful fracture of a family. For a long time, the public has only known the Brown family through the lens of controversy, speculation, and online headlines. Rumors of estrangement, public legal battles, accusations, and the devastating loss of the family patriarch, Billy Brown, have painted a chaotic picture online. When you search their names, you aren't met with the peaceful quiet of the wilderness. You are met with a storm of internet commentary, fan theories, and heavy allegations. Yet, beneath the digital noise, the call of the wild never truly stopped. Recently, a video surfaced on YouTube that took viewers by surprise. It wasn't a highly produced television segment. There were no flashy graphics, no dramatic cliffhangers, and no reality TV editing. It was simply Bear Brown, alone in the deep wilderness of Alaska, pitching a tent in the pouring rain, starting a generator, and trying to catch a fish in a rushing river with nothing but a homemade wooden pole. To the casual observer, it looked like a simple camping trip. But to those who have followed this family's long, turbulent journey, it was something much deeper. It was a return to the roots, a quiet, solitary escape back to the very land that defined them before the fame, before the cameras.
Water for probably 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to go to a different spot.
Why, after all the pain, the public scrutiny, and the fracturing of his family, did Bear Brown feel compelled to go back to the Alaskan bush? To understand that, we have to look beyond the headlines. We have to look at the silent parallel running through this family's history, specifically the path of his older brother, Matt Brown. To truly understand Bear's return to the wild, we must address the brother who first walked this path of solitude, Matt Brown. For years, Matt was the eldest brother, the creative spirit, and often the glue that held the siblings together on screen. But behind his quick wit and energetic personality, a deeper struggle was brewing. As the family's fame grew, so did the pressure, eventually leading to a public and highly publicized rift. Matt chose to walk away from the show, away from the family business, and head into his own form of exile.
I'm having a good day and it's been a good outing and everything. The back of my mind, I'm a little bit bummed, I guess, and also a little bit worried. I guess I just worry that someday us humans are going to wind up getting locked out of all of this. I mean, could you imagine how it would be to not be able to be out here and live like this anymore?
Online, the rumors ran rampant. Accusations, speculations about his struggles, and intense debates among fans filled online forums. But while the internet argued over his life, Matt did something unexpected. He went to the mountains. He chose a quiet, simple life of sobriety, nature, and self-reflection. Through his own social media, he began sharing raw, unedited videos of his daily walks, his thoughts on healing, and his deep connection to the earth. Matt's journey showed us a fundamental truth about the Brown family. For them, the wilderness is not just a place to live, it is a sanctuary. It is the only place where they know how to heal. When the world becomes too loud, when the accusations and family drama become too heavy to bear, the wilderness offers an escape. The trees do not judge, the rivers do not read the comment section. The rain falls equally on the innocent and the accused. For Matt, the wild became his therapist. It was where he went to rebuild his mind, his body, and his spirit away from the toxicity of public expectation. And now, years later, we see Bear Brown doing almost the exact same thing. The parallels between the two brothers are striking. Both have faced intense public scrutiny. Both have had their personal lives dissected by millions of strangers. And yet, when pushed to the brink, both brothers did not seek comfort in the city or the spotlight. They sought comfort in isolation. By looking at Bear's solo trip to the Tongass National Forest, we aren't just seeing a man camping. We are seeing a brother subconsciously following the blueprint of healing laid down by his older brother. It is a silent acknowledgement that despite whatever distance, silence, or disagreement exists between them, they are cut from the very same cloth. In the video Alone in Alaska, we see the reality of this solitary retreat. There is no luxury here. It is pouring rain, the ground is soaked, and the air is cold. Bear starts his generator, bringing a small piece of modern utility to his rugged campsite. He sits by a small fire, roasting a hot dog, calling the damp, cold environment paradise. To anyone else, this would be a miserable night. But for Bear, this is comfort. This is the environment he was raised in. It is a return to a time when life was simple, when the biggest challenge of the day was keeping your firewood dry, not managing public relations or dealing with family court. The therapeutic nature of the wilderness lies in its simplicity. When you are in the bush, your mind is forced to focus on the immediate present. You have to gather wood. You have to spark the fire. You have to secure your shelter against the wind. We watch as Bear decides to go fishing. He doesn't use a high-tech rod or fancy gear. Instead, he walks through the woods, searching for the perfect branch. He tests the strength of different sticks, looking for one that has enough give but won't snap under the weight of a fish. He carves a handle for a better grip and carefully cuts notches into the top to secure his fishing line. This process of creation, of taking a raw piece of the earth and turning it into a tool, is a meditative act. It is a skill that was passed down to him by his father, Billy, and shared with his brothers during their youth. Every cut of the knife into that wood is a connection to his past. It is a physical manifestation of his history, a reminder of who he is beneath all the noise. As he casts his line into the rushing river, there is a long silence. He doesn't catch anything. He walks upstream, tries different spots, and eventually admits that there is no activity in the river today. He says, with a quiet smile, that's why they call it fishing, and not catching. It's a simple phrase, but it carries a deeper weight. In the wild, as in life, you can put in all the effort, you can make the perfect tool, and you can stand in the freezing rain for hours, and still come up empty-handed. The wilderness teaches patience. It teaches acceptance of the things you cannot control. For a family that has had so much of their lives controlled by external forces, television networks, and public opinion, surrendering to the natural flow of the river is a profound form of peace. But this trip was not just about escaping the past. It was also about planning for the future. During the video, Bear shares a significant update about his plans in Alaska. He reveals that his attempt to buy a specific piece of property fell through. The real estate deal didn't work out because the owners wanted the full price up front rather than accepting a down payment. It is a realistic, grounded setback, a reminder that even in the pursuit of his dream, the real world still presents obstacles. Yet he doesn't sound defeated. He speaks of other properties in the area that he has his eye on, noting that he will need a boat or a skiff to access them when he returns next year between January and June. His goal remains clear. He wants to establish a permanent home in Alaska, a place where he can bring his children during the summers so they can experience the same wild upbringing that shaped him. He wants to pass the torch of the Alaskan legacy to the next generation, ensuring that the connection to this land doesn't die with the controversies of the present day. Before he leaves, we witness one of the most symbolic acts of the entire trip, the dismantling of the camp. Bear doesn't just pack up his gear and leave, he takes the time to completely erase his presence. He disperses the fire pit, spreading the rocks back into the forest. He pours water over the embers, making sure there is no heat left, and then covers the area with fresh dirt. He literally gives the campsite back to the bush, leaving absolutely no trace that he was ever there. This act of leaving no trace is a core principle of outdoor survival, but metaphorically, it speaks volumes. It is about leaving the land as pure as you found it, not leaving scars on the earth. In a life that has been filled with very public, very permanent digital scars, the ability to create something beautiful in the wilderness and then cleanly sweep it away is a powerful contrast. It is an act of closure. As the tarp comes down, the first thing that went up and the last thing to leave, the camp is gone. The forest swallows the space back up, as if the silence of Alaska was just waiting for him to step aside. The story of the Brown family is far from over. While the internet will continue to speculate, analyze, and comment on the controversies, the court cases, and the family rifts, the brothers continue to live out their truths in the quiet spaces of the world. Whether it is Matt finding his peace in the quiet mountains, sharing his daily triumphs of sobriety, or Bear standing in the freezing Alaskan rain, carving a fishing pole from a branch, the core of who they are remains unchanged. They are survivors. The wilderness of Alaska made them, and it is the wilderness that continues to sustain them when the pressures of the modern world threaten to pull them apart. Bear's return to Alaska was not just a temporary escape, it was a reclamation of his identity. It was a statement that no matter what is written online, no matter what controversies occur, the land still belongs to him. And he belongs to the land. As Bear heads back to Florida, his mind is already set on his return. The dream of a home in the Tongass, of a place for his children to run wild, and of a sanctuary to honor the memory of his father and the legacy of his family is very much alive. Perhaps, in the end, the true legacy of the Alaskan Bush People is not the television show, the fame, or the fortune. Perhaps the true legacy is the simple, quiet resilience of two brothers who, when faced with the heaviest storms of life, knew exactly which way to turn, back to the trees, back to the rivers, and back to the wild.